It's a common complaint that Australia doesn't take enough commercial advantage of the scientific breakthroughs made here by our own scientists. But for one local cereal maker, hooking up with the CSIRO has not only bulked up its bottom line, it's also transformed the business's outlook.
To invest in the future is exactly that, to invest in products that are not here yet. To me, that is the key. It's great to have a product that's been developed totally in Australia.
Arnold May's cereal factory has come a long way from the tiny muesli business he bought 28 years ago.
It had one customer in New South Wales. There were 2 or 3 people working there part-time. I think at that stage we were doing about $40,000 a year. We've just turned over $37 million and we've probably got a staff of around about 130, 140 people.
For most of that time, the factory's principal business was contract manufacturing, in particular for the supermarket brands.
At one stage I was doing virtually all of the private label cereals of this kind in Australia. It allowed us to operate within our cash flow because we didn't have a sales and marketing force. Our main focus is muesli-based cereals, which are really oat-based cereals, and more recently we got involved in making muesli bars.
Just as the manufacturer decided it was time to develop his own brand, Arnold May heard the CSIRO had used traditional breeding techniques to produce a new supergrain called Barley Max.
They looked at ways of improving the nutritional value and health benefits to consumers. It had been shown around to some major manufacturers, not just in cereals but in the baking industry. And as soon as I heard about it, I was in. I was definitely wanted to be involved in it.
Having beaten some big players to be granted a licence to use the barley, Goodness Superfoods was launched 2 years ago.
We've now currently got 3 ready-to-eat cereals on the shelves of virtually all supermarkets in Australia, and we have 4 porridges. In this latest year, we would have turned over close to $8 million in the range.
Arnold May admits the product development process was costly. He estimates about $2 million. But he says the early success has highlighted the importance of investing in research and development.
We've developed in a much bigger way our science and innovation department. And there are other products, some very exciting products that we're looking at as well. You must have a point of difference. You have to be good in a particular niche and you have to keep honing that niche.
The success of the barley products has also turned Arnold May's attention to offshore markets.
We're now in discussion with CSIRO about the possibility of export to countries outside Australia, particularly in Southeast Asia, where Barley Max might eventually be taken, but in slightly different formats to what we've got here in Australia.
Arnold May firmly believes it's taking advantage of exactly this kind of innovation that will ensure Australia's food industry remains a significant earner of export dollars.
Unfortunately, like in a lot of other areas, we don't value add nearly as much as what we'd all like to do. But I think it is changing, and as more and more people see exactly what the Asian countries are eating and what their palate is, and what their taste buds want, I think you'll find that more and more Australian companies will be able to provide those products.